Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Yeah,
Well, let's do a proper introduction.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. I don't know what I'm gonna say, but
Best or one of the best videographers,
thanks.
video directors in the Coachella Valley for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't see myself that way. A lot of my work kind of sucks.
No, your work's great.
In hindsight, I'm like, yo, this shit's fucking. Like, I just feel like you could always do a better job.
Do you ever look back at your videos from like a year ago or 2 years ago? You're like, damn, I wish I would done this way better.
All the time. It's just like, it's like people like always hit you up for like videos and shit, and like they send you like these fucking like these gnarly ass like comparisons. They're like, yo, can you do it like this? And like we want something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I wish I could do something like that, but you have to remember like I'm a one man band. You just want me just to do it in a camera. You know what I mean? Like I'll try to do the best to make your vision come to life, but there's only so much I can do for you. And then also like you kind of have to like jive with the song a little bit. You know what I mean? Because if you don't jive with the song, like it's hard to get like inspired like visually, like, oh shit, what would go good with this? I always look back and I'm like, damn, that I could have done something way better if I just maybe took a little bit more time listening to the song.
Do you storyboard when you look at songs, or do you just...
I always do with like the artists, especially. Like I always try to have like a meet and greet and like just like, so what do you want? Like, like visually, what do you see and stuff? And from there, I kind of go home and I listen to the song a little bit and I think about what the person said. And I'm like, oh, I'll probably do this, probably do that. This will work, this won't work, One thing I realized about videos is that, like, I mean, I don't know how long you shot music videos, right? Like,
yeah. I've done.
How long does it take for you to shoot a video? A couple days, a day?
A lot of times I do a lot of run and gun, like 1 day shoots.
1 day shoots.
I've done some where it's like multiple days because we got one scene and we need to like come back another day. But usually, no more than two shoots.
2 days?
2 days.
2 days per shoot. Okay. So like I try to do the same thing. Like I try to like just book it all in 1 day. Mm-hmm. And then that's the stuff that like kind of bites me in the butt, because then I'm like, damn, like I don't have enough time. There's not enough hours in the day, to capture the light correctly or like go to certain places or travel. Also, like you have to keep in mind that like it takes up your day like doing a video.
Oh yeah, even just getting to location.
Right.
It's like, oh, how's the sun? Or do we need like, what's the light look like?
Right.
It's too much.
It takes time away, and then it's like, so then you're rushed to try to get through the video, and then you look at what you captured that day, and you're like, this is shit. Like for lack of a better word, it just sucks. So. And then now you got to work with that. And so, like, when I look back at my videos, I'm like, damn, like, if I had more time to do something, or if I would have just been a little bit more patient with it, probably could have done something really cool. But because of lack of time, lack of resources, and it's just me, it's like I always look back and I'm like, I could have done it way better.
What do you use to edit videos?
I use Premiere.
Premiere?
Yeah. I started off with Sony Vegas, like years ago.
Yeah. When they had like the torrent where you got like a
yeah. So I used to torrent all my stuff until recently. I think within the last year and a half, I just started paying for Adobe subscription.
Yeah.
Just because I got tired of the updates being so frequent with Adobe, and then like the torrents not being up to date. So like, and then like with Sony, when they dropped like the new codecs, the 265s. I was like, dude, I for sure need I need the new update like quickly because this codec is too like power consuming for the processor. Yeah, so it's like I need the latest update because everybody on YouTube was like, latest update. It like chops through the footage like butter and blah blah blah. And I was like, damn, like I'm gonna just bite the bullet and pay the $30 a month for it.
It's worth it because I mean you also do you do photos as well, or you just stick straight?
Yeah, for sure. So like you get Lightroom, you get the whole like bundle,
the package. Yeah. It makes it cool. I use Final Cut Pro.
Final Cut Pro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you have an Apple.
So I started with iMovie. Well, I started with like Windows Movie Maker back in the day.
Yeah.
Whatever the school had.
So did I.
The Windows. And then I was editing on my phone for a long time on the iMovie app, and then I got a laptop, and I didn't want to pay, or I just started using the iMovie, and then once I learned how to edit using the same Apple software or whatever, Final Cut's the same as iMovie, just a little bit whether you could do more. So I made that transition, and then when I started like getting more into videos and everything, editing more, it was like, I don't want to make the switch to Adobe because I bought a bunch of plugins and just all the time I spend on Final Cut. So I was like,
Yeah,
I just never made the transition.
There's always a big learning curve with new software for sure. Right now the hot thing is DaVinci.
DaVinci Resolve, yeah.
Yeah, and I want to learn it so bad because of all the film emulation you get from it. But I just feel like I don't have time, and I don't want to go through like the whole burden. And they like, I don't know, it just looks crazy. It looks super intimidating from afar. Like
I've seen those dudes setups where they have like a crazy.
Oh yeah, the boards
and like fucking 7 TVs and shit. I'm like,
those boards. Have you seen how much they cost?
Nah,
I think they're like I think if I'm not mistaken, they're like at least like 10 grand.
Damn.
For like a legit board. You can get a small board for cheaper.
Ones, yeah.
Yeah, but like I think, and if not, maybe probably more. But they're super expensive. And like when I see those setups, I'm like, dude, this guy paid like tremendous amounts of money for that shit. That's like that's like the Dr. Dre version of like editing. You know what I mean? Like the studio.
Yeah, I don't even know what they do in the sound, and it's like 1,000 fucking meters. I'm like,
all the
do they even need all that shit,
yeah.
bro? Or does they just look cool when they have?
Yeah, it's for sure. Music's super intimidating. Like when you look at it, you're like damn, there's so many things that you could do with it. It's like, I mean, the same thing with like video editing. Like when you look at a software, you're like, where do I start? Like,
Yeah.
what does this do? Like, do I really need all this stuff? Like, yeah, for sure.
What's how many music videos have you shot or when did you start shooting music videos, and how many do you have so far? If you kind of know, because sometimes you don't.
Yeah, you lose track. I think I started when I was I can't remember when was the first video I shot. Like first music video. I think might have been this band from back in the day. Shouts out to them. Killjoy, and then before that they were Civics. Like OG bands. Like
yeah.
Shout out to all those guys. For like fucking letting me come into there, because they had like their own little crew and stuff, and like they let me come in as like part of the tribe and like just kind of like do like their music videos and shit. Dylan, Clay, fucking Joel, all those dudes.
When do you actually start making videos in the before music videos?
Oh, before music videos. So I mean, so like even with that, like I started like filming skateboarding with like homies.
Okay.
Because I mean, skateboarding's always been the thing.
Skateboarding and videos go hand in hand.
Yeah, for sure. So like I started trying to do skate videos with the homies, and then I had a really good friend to this day, Ishmael. He like lives down the street from me. This fool, like when we were kids, probably like 14, 15. This fool, like we would do it on like a movie maker.
Yeah.
And he would make like the best edits of like all of us skating and stuff. And I was like, damn, like this is so good. Like, how does this dude make like cool videos? And so like I would try to compete with them. And then as time went on, he kind of like stopped focusing on the filming, and he just like would skate and stuff. And I continued like the filming. And then just from then on, so I mean I don't know how long that's been. That's probably since like I was like 13, maybe.
Yeah.
13. With the skating and stuff. So, and then from then, like, I knew that like someday, like even then I knew that like someday like I would stop filming skateboarding. I never saw myself like knowing anybody in like the skate industry or like getting that far with it. So I knew like I got to do something else with it. And like the next best thing was like music videos, commercials, anything that related to like cinematography.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I would like, that was like the thing. And so like I kind of like, I was like, okay, I'll just do like music videos, like, because I hate weddings. I've done them before.
Yeah.
I hate them. I hate quinceañeras. Done those before. And they're just like super annoying because not that they're annoying, but they're just like a lot of pressure. Like as like the guy with the camera that's responsible
you gotta make sure you can't miss a moment.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, damn, like a lot of people don't think about that. Like, they think you're just chilling, like just like hanging out, like, and then like whenever they'd be like, yo, like ven a agarrar un plato de comer or stuff like that, it'd be like nah, I gotta be working, like I gotta like film, you know what I mean? Like I can't imagine like
or like they always have like a surprise dance that they don't fucking tell you.
Yeah,
about,
like can I get the schedule? Like can I get the planner? And it never works out. So like I was like, I don't want to do that. So I was like, okay, I'll do like music videos. And then like at the time, like this was like what, maybe like 2012, 13, when like it felt like for me like there was a wave of like new music happening. You see like those music videos on YouTube blow up, kind of like a Chief Keef style video.
Yeah, those
where it was very DSLR shot, like, you know what I mean, like
handheld shots.
Yeah, exactly.
None of the big Hollywood productions.
Right, exactly. I see that and I'd be like, I can probably, if the stars align right, I'll probably shoot the next video. Like, I'm listening to myself, it sounds stupid, but I was like, I'll probably shoot the next video for like the next Chief Keef or something stupid, Yeah. And then like hopefully blow up that way, or not blow up that way, but like just like get enough work to like just make it a living, you know, something sustainable, and like don't have to work a 9 to 5, because I mean, I don't think anybody on this planet loves a 9 to 5 unless they're working for themselves, you know, doing something that like
you have control of your time or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Unless you're doing that, like you're okay. But otherwise, it's like I don't want to do a 9 to 5. So I was like, I need to, like, I want to try to like do this stuff. And I mean, you quickly find out how that's not a reality. Like the music industry is so competitive. The video game is so competitive. It's like, it's hard to like stand out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially when it feels like everybody's doing it, especially with like Instagram.
Well, yeah, social media kind of like the demand of video went up crazy. And now these kids are editing like on their freaking, all these apps, CapCut and all that shit. They were edit crazy
I
edits.
just heard about CapCut today, and I was like, what the heck is that?
Yeah, it's
and it's like, oh, it's just supposed to help you edit quicker, I guess, for like TikTok.
It's for like short form.
Yeah. So I was like, oh damn. And then like a Premiere too, like they're starting to like plug in like the subtitles.
Yeah.
They have like an easy way of like doing it now. Like it's AI generated, so you just talking to it.
You just adjust whatever doesn't get picked up.
So it's like it's all like being catered towards that, like towards just like social media, quick content delivery. And like that's cool as fuck, you know, like if to each their own, however you can make money, but then it really now like opens the opportunity for like just like anybody to like come in there and like be like, yo, I'm gonna like start doing videos.
Yeah.
And it's like cool, you know, like I was there too at one point, and it's
there's one thing.
Sorry, no disrespect to anybody. I don't know what I'm saying, man. I'm nervous.
Nah, you're good, bro. So there's enough for everybody. There's enough artists for everybody. There's enough weddings. There's enough fucking restaurants. There's enough whatever. As long as you do your own good work and you got your own clients coming back or people recommending you or whatever, I think there's enough for everyone. The world is abundant. Especially where we're sitting, you know, it's like 2 hours from the biggest entertainment capital, you know, like LA is a 2-hour drive. And right here, even then the valley keeps growing. Now we're like 400,000. They're saying maybe in like 10 years, it'll be 800,000. Like, it just keeps growing. And all the work you've done over the years, now you have like a portfolio and shit like that.
Yeah, it's a nice little like catalog of work for sure. That's like.
So how many music videos do you think you've done?
I think, dude, I don't even want to say because then people are gonna go like look for it and then they're gonna find like horrible work. No disrespect to the artist, but like you can see something and you're like, yo, this is like a good video, and then you see other parts and you're like, yo, this is trash. Like, how much did you pay for this? You know, and it's like, but if I had to say, I think I've done probably like, I think about like 18 videos.
18 videos?
Yeah, and they're just like scattered all over the internet. And that's just like music videos. I've done, I mean, there's a lot of skating videos too. Little clips that I've like put up and stuff.
Right now you were touring, you were doing concert footage for a band, or what was that gig?
Yeah, that was, dude, shout out to those guys, fucking, the whole Drug Church crew, everybody on that tour. It's sick, cool as fuck. Yeah, they asked me if I could do the tour run for them, or do the tour run with them, and just basically like, you know, get photos so that they can use for promotion and stuff. And I was like, dude, that's a dream come true. I would love to. And so we made it happen, or they made it happen for me. And the tour's supposed to like go all the way until April, but I couldn't do it because I got it like a gig, like a real job. So I was like, I can't do the full run. Like I can only like.
Where did you go? Where did you end up going?
Yeah, so it was in the East Coast. Started in the East Coast, so Pennsylvania, up north to New York, and then back west to California. So Michigan, Illinois, Iowa, Colorado, Utah, and then California.
That's sick.
Yeah, and then those fools are like they keep going and stuff. So they're like making a whole U.S. run. And I would have loved to have done it, but you know I couldn't.
Just pictures, no video.
Video too. Yeah, I delivered a couple video edits for them. I don't know when they're gonna use them, but they have them stored. You know, so hopefully they use it. If not, it's just more content like that I could use and stuff for just save for memories. Because like that's like I don't know, like in the photo game, like at least in the concert photo game, what I'm realizing is there's like so many people that do concert just specifically photography, like concert photography. And then it's like you check their bios and it's like tour ready, like it's like, damn, like I'm late to the game. Like these people have been doing it for a fat minute, and
is that what you want to do? More tours with artists?
Not necessarily.
Or what do you want to do? You want to be full-time music video director? What's like something you aspire to do?
I mean, so I guess the dream would be to like just do like any photo, video, like job related, but that's not weddings. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
not more creative and not as fucking. Well, I mean, no disrespect to people just do weddings, but
nothing that's corny. You know what I mean? Like lame, like and just like you said, no disrespect to them, but like, and like there's people that are extremely successful and like you look at the work they do and it's great work, but it's like I can't see myself being the guy that's like, oh, I shoot weddings and like I don't know. And then like now that I'm doing more like concert photography and like I'm being exposed to that world, I'm like, I also don't want to be a concert photographer because like that shit's kind of corny, especially when you go to like not, I wouldn't say festivals necessarily because like I feel like festival photographers, like real established ones that work for like Golden Voice or like that come down for like a magazine and they're there on like a legitimate assignment, like they get treated like okay, like this dude's supposed to be here. But then you get guys like me who it's like who are there like on a shot or an opportunity, and then I feel like the whole world just treats you like shit, like the staff, the security, the fucking, not the artists, but like just like people. They're like, get the fuck out of my way, dude. Like move you and your fucking expensive camera out of my way. Like I don't give a shit, And like that person has like every bit right to say that kind of thing, It's like, yeah, I'm in your way. I'm in the way of like your enjoyment of this event. You know what I mean? Because I'm in the way, like trying to get a photo. So it's like the more I get exposed to the concert photography game, I'm like,
and you don't get credit because like people see sick videos and sick pictures from concerts. Right. They're like, oh, this concert looked lit, but then no one ever thinks someone fucking edited this to make it look cool.
Right.
Like I'll show you the raw is not as cool as this fucking edit I did.
Yeah. So it's like, so I totally 100% like, and then it's like, so it's like that, and then it's like also like when you're there in the moment. You just, first of all, you're not enjoying it so much because like you're busy, like you're working, you know what I mean? And then two, it's like, I mean, at least personally, I feel like I'm just in everybody's way. And then it's like, I feel like I paint a fucking target on my back. Yeah. And then it's like, get the fool with the camera, fucking knock it out of his hands. Like, get the fuck off the stage, bro. Like, or get the fuck out of here. Like, we're trying to fuck it. At least to the shows I've been to. It's like, we're trying to get like, we're trying to have a good time, and you're the guy that's like in the way. So
yeah, nah, I disagree when it comes to concert. I feel like it's so cool that you're able to have so much access just because you have a camera. Mm-hmm. So you're on stage. Like everyone wishes they were able to go backstage or on stage or have access to all these like in front of the barricades or whatever, different venues. But I think it's so cool that you're able to be there with the camera, like using the power of this device,
for sure. Yeah, I mean,
you in anywhere, all this shit.
I respect that 100%. But just like me personally, like the more I get into it and the more like I'm exposed to that world, I personally feel like nobody has like legitimate respect for it, and you're just, I feel like it's like a dime a dozen, like everybody's doing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then like with Instagram, like if you like post a picture of a band or just like an event, other people who like do your kind of work, they come to you like, yo, like, or not like come to you, but like they start following you and you notice the follows and you see that like, oh man, this guy's doing the same thing I am. Oh man, this guy's good. Like, yeah, I fucking suck compared to this guy, like, or this girl or whatever. And like, I'm over it. Like, fuck this. Like, I'm just, another dime in the bucket, or another drop in the bucket. And it's like, I got to find something else. You know what I mean? Something that like, not to try to be like, oh, I want to be like unique or whatever, but like just something meaningful, It's like, and it's hard to do that,
But you are unique in your own style, and you're always gonna be different than everybody else. You're already doing.
You think that until like the person who has the exact same photo angles, exact same like colors and presets and styles as you, and you're like, there's my twin. You know what I mean? There's a guy who's like doing what I can easily do, and it's like, you just don't feel like you just don't feel like the uniqueness and creativity of your work. You know? That's like one of the downsides of Instagram is that like, or social media is that like you're quickly exposed to like
other people doing the
same thing. It's like Spotify. You play a band and then it's like, or an artist, and then it's like right away you get a suggestion that sounds just like the same.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, yeah, I guess this is what I like this genre, this the style. And then it's like the same thing with like, you know, with like the arts and stuff. So I mean to answer your question, like what I want to do, it's like I don't know, like just something that's like that feels unique and then like is sustainable, that I can make a living from. You know what I mean? If I can find that, then that's what I want to do. And whether that's directing, taking pictures, or I don't know, like then that's what I want to do. I just know I love operating a camera.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that like yeah, like I can do that. You know, like that is what I can do in the world. Is I can't wield a hammer, I can't do drywall, I can't do stucco, I can't fucking do landscaping, but I can do not badass, but like a decent photo. You know what I mean? Like I can do a picture where it's like, oh, there's something to this one.
Yeah,
it stands out a little bit. You know what I mean?
I think you're being too harsh on yourself. You're badass, dude.
Nah, I thank you, man. But
with the people that I talk to that know you, or everyone talks good about you, bro.
Yeah, and dude, my heart
work,
to them.
Your work
you know?
speaks for itself. Like, I know you're comparing yourself to other people. I think you got something unique already.
Thank you.
You think your shit's badass. I've seen 3 or 4 of your videos. You did like the Blue Sun.
Yeah, shout out to those guys. They're fucking sick as fuck.
Lazuli Bones now. Lazuli Bones.
Oh wait. Actually, yeah, I think I did see that today. They posted something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, who's this? And then I was like, oh shit, that's Blue Sun. And I was like, oh, okay. Like something I think it was on Instagram on the
changed their name to Lazuli Bones because whenever they looked up Blue Sun, there was like 1,000 Blue Sun bands all over the world. So their music was being blended by this algorithm with other people's.
See, like it's hard to be unique, man. You know,
it's true. But yeah, those I saw the videos you did. Surrender. You did Surrender and Quit Your Job, no?
Yeah.
The Surrender one's badass. I like that.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Again, I look back at videos like that and I'm like, dude, I could have done something way like different. And then sometimes I feel like in art, I mean, I'm sure you had this where like an artist comes to you and they're like, yo, like we want to do this, right? And then you're like, okay, cool. And then you being the guy who's doing the video, you're like, all right, I'm gonna try to like do the best I can for this, right? And then like you go home and you kind of sit on it and you're like, damn, I can't do that. Like, first of all, there's no time. I don't have all the equipment. I don't have all the people. So how am I gonna execute that? And then you show up day of the shoot, and then it's like you got to figure out a way to like do it.
Yeah.
And like for me, it's like I've now realized this. I do this now where I tell people like, yo, I can't do that. Like straight up, I can't. Like I try to be as real as I can with these people, and like this is what I can do, and this is what I can't do. And like so like for like stuff like that, I look back and I'm like, I should have just been honest. Like we can't do that. Let's try to do this instead. Like at the very least, like maybe we won't deliver a video with like a concept and a story and like all these parts are explained, but we can at least deliver like a decently looking good video. Because like, I mean, with your camera, you know, like what time of day, what settings.
It's gonna look good. You're gonna make the artist look good. And a lot of times, so when you make a music video, you're thinking of your perspective of like, I'm a videographer, I need to do this, and this. But remember, the artists, they're getting the video and they're looking at it as an artist. They don't know all the fine details. They don't even know when you're cutting. They don't even know, it's like little nuances that you know. And when you're judging the video, you're judging it from the lens of someone that knows how to make badass videos. And then a lot of times the artists, they're like, oh, this shit's fucking crazy. And sometimes you feel like, fuck, did I get enough fucking good B-roll that, like, this part was kind of whatever. Let's see if I could like fix it in post. And then you show them the video and they're so happy. They're like, oh, yeah, that's badass. Oh, yeah, that's me right there fucking doing the thing. And sometimes it's like, I feel like the pressure is more internal. Sometimes,
Yeah, I would agree with you for sure, 100%. I mean, I agree. Like, yeah, I have nothing to say. I agree. Yeah, it's always an internal, like it's always a war, Yeah. I have this thing that I've been doing with my friends lately where it's like, I sent them a Snapchat of like me looking in the mirror, and I'm like, in the mirror is the only place. Or what did I say? It's a Jay-Z lyric. In the mirror is where I find my only enemy. You know what I mean? Because it's like,
it's on your head.
It's all in your head, for sure. I agree, but I don't know. So, like Instagram has a really good way of like showing you suck. You get on there and you're like, there's like a million other people who are like me, and there's a million other people doing what I'm doing. And then it's like, you thought this entire time you were unique in some like weird way doing whatever your little like niche thing is. Like, oh, I play music, or oh, I do this, like I can paint this, or I can draw that, or like I'm good poetically or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and then you get into that world and you find out that you're just
there's a million people doing the same thing.
right. And then it's like you think, man, I should have just been a fucking normal guy focusing on like a career and like getting a family going and getting a house and just doing like the regular shit. Cause
Regular
like
life shit.
yeah, cause I meet like a lot of my homies now are the older homies are like dads, you know, they do the dad lifestyle and like they got the dad bod and like they got the nice house, a nice car. It's them and their kids, and you just like when you're out there like grinding, you're just thinking to yourself, the fuck am I doing out here? Like I should just be home, like chilling, watching a movie. Like
You're off on Friday.
yeah, well, off on Friday or something, like just doing something.
Fishing.
Yeah, just like and because like maybe that's the secret to life, you know, to happiness. And then like this entire like the joke was on me the whole time, like trying to be like or trying to do something cool or trying to do something unique. It's like and it didn't get you nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, like that's sometimes I think like that. And like it's because of Instagram.
I think I
The
know
devil.
Yeah, Instagram is but like you also got to think about the people that look up to you. Cuz there's people that look up to you and they're like, "Oh, I want to be like you when I grow up." Like
fuck no, there's nobody out there that wants to be like me, dude. I hope there's nobody out there.
Bro. There's people that look up to your shit.
Hell no, like dude, that's scary. There's like a million other people I can think of that you'd want to be.
Yeah, but it's because you're unique. It's like, yeah, there's 1,000 people fucking that are painters, but everybody paints different. Even though if I tell you paint this guitar, and you get 1,000 people to paint that guitar, we all could have gone to the same school. There's gonna be 1,000 different versions.
Right.
Like maybe that dot's a little bit bigger on one, you know, the string, whatever. But it's like, it's all. I think it's about marketing. Marketing is what makes the difference. And one thing I've been working with a lot of artists, and it's like, what makes an artist successful? Because you look at like some of these people that are mainstream, and then you look at somebody that's more indie, and you're like, I don't know, that fool's kind of whatever. But then like he's blowing up, and these people play good music, but you know they haven't really made it. And a lot of times it's marketing. I think most of it's marketing. So I think if you just market yourself, it doesn't matter what the other people are doing. Just market yourself.
I mean, with like skating especially, like. I mean, like, I always knew my homies were good, you know? But then there'd be people, like, at the skate park, and, like, they're skating, and, like, they're fucking good. And then you, like, see the stuff they're putting on the internet, and they just recorded it like shit. So, like, nobody's, like, paying attention to it because it just looks like shit.
Yeah.
But the dude who's, like, shredding is, like, incredible, and you're like, yo, like, this fool can rip. Like, if he gets, like, a good camera person, like, they're going to put something awesome together, you know? So, I mean, to your point about, like, marketing, like, yeah, for sure, that works 100%. How you present yourself, you know, how you deliver your content, you know?
Yeah.
But if you're doing a poor job, then people are not going to, like, you know, pay attention.
People notice I guess we've all been on the social media just scrolling and shit. And then, you know, when it's, like, good quality, at least, you know, you see something, you're like, oh shit, that's good, oh nice.
Do you think though that like people pay attention
to what?
To like the stuff you put out on the internet?
Not as much as we think we do.
Yeah.
So we scroll. I mean, I'm addicted to my phone and social media like 24/7. But
yeah.
So like I'm scrolling. You know, I like people's things, or I watch their thing, and I try to, if I see it on the timeline, I try to at least like it.
Same.
And if I can at least. Sometimes I like to leave some comments, and even if it's an emoji comment, like I'm trying to help out. Like,
right, I agree.
I follow you for a reason. Like, I'm not gonna like see your shit and not like it. Like, that's so
have you seen that meme? That's like, it's like one of those like what do they call that comedy, like cringe comedy? It's like a fucked up ass photo. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. There's like a really there's like a really mean ass like photo, and then it's like some dude who is like they're staring at their phone. And then it says, dudes will literally look at their phones, looking at your post, and scroll past it. And it's like a I don't care scroll. Like they saw your post and they're just like, I don't care, scroll.
Yeah.
You know, like yeah. So it's like I try to like be not like that, like how you said, like try to like show some love.
If you already follow them or whatever, like oh yeah, fuck it, or a band you work with back then or whatever. Well, what I was trying to say is like, since everybody's scrolling 1,000 times, probably more. I don't even know how many times people scroll. But we're scrolling all day since fucking the morning, whatever, lunch break, afternoon, that a lot of times we're posting a piece of content and we're like, oh shit, what are people going to think? Oh man, I'm so stressed. Because at the 7-second mark, it's not as cool as like the first 3 seconds or whatever.
They're checked out.
But most people are just skimming through it, or they'll watch it and be like, oh cool, that's a cool video, but they're not paying attention to the details. Then they scroll past it,
and forget
and
about
then your whole time you're all stressing like, fuck, should I even post this? Or you're thinking about the caption, should I use Oh man, I think I wrote too many hashtags on this post. Let me erase a couple because that's too. I don't want to be too needy or too trying to reach for as many views or whatever. So sometimes you're like, nah, it looks cooler if I don't use hashtags, or I'll use one hashtag.
Yeah.
And all these things people don't care because people are just busy with their lives.
Right.
Like you were saying.
Shit, I mean, dad bods.
They're worried about the kid not drowning in the pool and they're scrolling up past your video. Like they have the priority of that. Whatever, they got their own work.
Yeah, shout out to dad bods, man. They're killing it.
Shout out to their dads out there.
Yeah, they're killing it for sure. Dad bod lifestyles is the way to go.
I think being a creative is hard because a lot of times it takes longer to see the results, because like traditional job, you get married, you have kids. No matter what your situation is, even if the relationship, like, oh, cool, like that, he's a parent, he's doing this responsibility. But there's also people that don't take care of their kids, and there's people that, yeah, they're dads, but are they really dads?
Right.
It's like a lot of deadbeat dads and single people.
I guess what I was trying to, what I meant by that, it's not like just parents, but I guess what I meant was just like, I don't know how I got to that point, but it's just like, when I mean dad bod, I don't literally mean like a dad who's like a dad, I mean like somebody who's like not worried about like trying to impress anybody, who's not worried about anything creative. They're just like
dumb on Instagram. They worry about their kid.
Not even just their kid, but just like, dude, all I care about is my job, making sure my rent's paid, and my car. And I don't give a fuck about anything else. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you're doing that? Kudos to you. I'm gonna go to work Monday. Wednesday I'm off, or Thursday I'm off, and then I'm going to the fucking lake. I'm chilling with some homies, and like that's my life. And like I'm like, dude, like that's like awesome.
Yeah.
Like fuck everybody. Like I'm just like gonna do like this basic, not to say basic, like basic life, but like I'm just gonna do like a regular life.
Well,
like,
nothing
there's nothing wrong with that.
Because nothing in life matters. So the only thing that matters.
For sure, I agree.
No, I always say shit like that because it's true. Like all this shit we're doing doesn't matter. Like it matters. You have somewhere to stay that's safe. You pay your rent, whatever. You have food to eat, and is your family, your inner family, like taken care of? Your mom, is she okay? Your sister, your brother, or you have kids, are they okay? Making sure they have food. That's what really matters.
Yeah.
The survival of your the familia,
Yeah.
That's what really matters. So all the other bullshit we do, it's the social media doesn't matter unless, well, it's like too many, like if that's your career or whatever. But like if you're just a regular person and all you need to take care of is the basic needs, that's it. Everything else is whatever sports team you like that you get pissed when your team loses. That doesn't matter. Your band, when they don't fucking go on tour, they haven't dropped an album in 10 years and you're like, what the fuck, or whatever. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doing podcasts doesn't matter. None of this shit really matters. It's like your family matters. But then it's like, this is the way you like. That's part of like your personality, is making videos, doing pictures, doing something creative. And that's the hardest because people don't value the work. And then they're always thinking, I could get it cheaper from some other videographer or some other photographer. And it's hard because then you're like, damn, what do I do? So one of the biggest struggles for me was I want to do more music videos. I love doing music videos.
You love that grind?
I love that grind, but artists don't fucking do enough videos. Like they think like they do one song or two songs a year and they're going to fucking blow up from those songs or whatever. Mm-hmm. When it's like, you look at major artists, they do have a label behind them that's putting money or whatever, but they're dropping like 20, 30 fucking music videos a year, like the top fucking artists. And I'm like, people, at least locally, not going to be doing that shit. Like most people drop like an album if they drop.
So would your advice to like local artists be to like just make as much as you can? Like don't stop. Just you gotta keep going.
If I was an artist, I would at least 30 music videos in 1 year.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
I feel like for local artists or people that haven't like broken out of like their like little like their little like scene, it's hard to have that mentality, because like, so like me, like I feel like I haven't like broken any, like I'm not like anywhere, like I'm not anywhere. Like I really feel like I have not made any like legitimate progress in doing this. Like that's my personal belief. Like I am not shit. Like you look at photographers, like there's like Adam DeGrasse. I don't know if you know him. He's Post Malone's personal photographer, and like you look at his work and you look at where he's at, and you think this is like the peak of like a concert photographer's like level, what this guy's doing. And if that's the peak, it's like not like, I don't know, like it's not like like, is that really it? Like, you know, like just doing that, like doing the pictures for like a dude like Post Malone. So like what I was trying to get at is like, so for like local artists, it's like it's hard to see like the big picture if you haven't like broken out of your little scene. It's hard to see like how all that work you put in is like necessary. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Like fuck what I was trying to say. I don't even know what I was trying to say.
So like you're thinking.
Like, okay,
if
like,
you would get to be with a famous artist and write them all the way, and you're fucking photographer.
I don't even know how I brought that up, dude. I'm on a sick one. No, so I'm like
you're good.
Super nervous, dude. And I shouldn't have had coffee. But I like for like local artists, like, so you're telling them make as much work as you can, right? Mm-hmm. Put out as much content as you can. Okay, so for a local artist, that might be hard to do because it quickly feels like, what am I doing this for? Especially if you don't break out of the scene. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, play another show at fucking Bart or whatever, play another show at the Hood, like, for what? Like, you know, it's like, that shit's pointless. Put out, like, go back and do like this for the same, like, 500,000 followers I have, like, for what? Like, so for you to tell them, like, keep going, that's, like, I guess, like, a good thing, because, like, me personally, I feel like, for what already? Like, I'm already at that, because I feel I've been doing this for like at least almost 10 years, a little over.
Yeah.
So personally, I'm like, dude, what the fuck for? Like, just put all that shit down, sell all your gear, keep the cash, and just go fucking just live like a tranquil life, like, and just delete Instagram, delete like Twitter, delete everything, like, and just live normal, because like, for what? Like, I did my 10 years. Like, I don't know if you've heard that expression. It's like, it takes 10,000 hours to like, you know, master something.
Malcolm Gladwell, whatever.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, cool. I did my 10,000 hours, and this is all I got. Fuck, like, who gives? Like, okay, cool. I didn't do it. Like, I'm not gonna be that person. So for like you to tell local artists to like keep grinding, keep going, like, I feel like that's cool, because it's like, because it can definitely feel like I gotta quit already. Mm-hmm. Like, this shit's lame. Like, what am I doing this for? Like, for the same like 12 people that like really support me, you know? Because I feel like that. Like, I got my 12 friends that are really like, yo, like, this is sick. Like, keep going. Yeah. Like, and shout outs to all of them. Like, they know who they are. Like fucking Junior, Carlos, you know, Izzy, all those fools. Like, they're like always on me. Like, yo, this is sick. Like, keep going. And Chavez, all those guys, like everybody, Alex, everybody. Like, they're always like, yo, keep going. And I'm just like, dude, like, I'm ready to like tap out, because like, having done this for so long, and this is all I have, like, or this is all I have to show for, and it's like mediocre work at best. I'm like, I'm just gonna go fucking like worry about my job, dude. Like,
nah, but fuck this. I think you think about it like that, but it's also, you already have that body of work, and maybe not enough people have seen it, but you have. It's
terrible. Don't go looking for it. I'm serious, people. It sucks. It's not.
It's good, bro. It's not. It's good. You're badass. Stop fucking doubting shit. But like, what I'm saying is, you're like it's that meme. You know that meme? It's like a 20-year-old meme where like some guy's digging in a cave and he gives up, and there's like this much from the diamonds, and then the other guy comes in or whatever. I feel like that's somebody that's.
I'm gonna do it at the bottom. That's already walking away. Yeah, for sure.
Nah, but I kind of know what you're saying about what's the whole point of this. So I was doing a lot of videos. I've done a lot of live videos, like
yeah. First of all, I just want to give like shout outs to you, man, for like what you're doing with like the festival. It's like the Desert Underground shit. It's like you're like trying to compete with Golden Voice essentially, and just using local artists, and it's like I see that and I'm like, yo, that's fucking like sick. This fool has like balls to like be like, fuck Golden Voice, like we're gonna do it ourselves. It's like homegrown, like authentically, and it's like that's fucking sick, you know? Like kudos to you for doing that, and like giving everybody a platform. It's like you said in one of your posts, you're like, I might have been a podcast, I can't remember, but you're like I want to give everybody a chance to what it feels like to be on a big stage.
Yeah.
And you very well do that. I'm like, dude, that was when I saw that, I was like, bro, like fuck what anybody else has done. Like, this is like
it's from the same frustrations that you're telling me right now. Like, what's the whole point? Like, I was doing this shit and my videos suck too, or I feel like you're way better than me when it comes to like music videos and shit.
We're probably the same.
You do badass storytelling. Like, I feel like my videos are always just run and gun and
I'm doing run and gun too, bro. Like, it's not. Sometimes we have an opportunity to sit down.
It was the same shit that you're saying. Is like, I'm doing all these videos and I'm doing all this marketing for this artist, and I'm putting all this extra work that I'm not getting paid for because I'm getting paid for the one video, but I'm making fucking clips for Instagram and I'm trying to post it on Twitter and talking about it to as many people because I want this artist to do something because, oh, what if this artist blows up and I did the video and that'd be badass. But then these artists drop 2 songs in a year and shit. And that's what I was saying is like, I was like, damn, like there has to be something, you know? And then I just got the idea for the concert. It was like a combination of fucking a lot of things. So
out of frustration, you made that.
It was frustration from the artists because I've been doing interviews with a lot of the artists on the podcast.
I see that. A lot of the Mexican ones, the Mexicano ones, right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, either one, Mexicans or rappers. Yeah. They all have the same goals and the same dreams, and they have the same frustrations. Yeah. No one ever gets them booked for shows. No, they do all these like they bring in big artists to like local Full and Winder or fucking whatever but it's always they're paying for out of town artists. And because I was doing a lot of stuff with the Mexican artists, I realized like these fools, they're really talented because they're playing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Like they're playing like 10 hours in fucking straight. So they have the practice, they have the hours. They're as talented as the one that's famous, but the difference is they have a label behind them pushing these artists, and they might be as talented, but no one even gives them a chance, that type of shit. So I was like, let's do something. And then I was at Coachella.
That's pretty gangster, man, of you to be like,
and because I come from the video world, so I was watching, Nathaniel Cano. Well, I was watching Big Sean on Friday, and the production was fucking crazy. I'm like, I really thought this in my head. I'm like, if I could take out Big Sean and put Amadeus or whatever other rapper.
Shout out Amadeus.
With that production that Coachella has on stage right now, with those fucking 100-foot panels and 4K with fucking pyrotechnics and all that bullshit, the bass, he would fucking kill right now and the whole crowd would be jumping to his music. Yeah. But we don't ever give him a shot. Like that's what I was like, okay, that. And then that same weekend, that was on Friday. Saturday, I watched Brockhampton, and I'm like, "Oh, these fools are badass." It's like,
and this is all at Coachella.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I never knew about Brockhampton. It was the first time I listened to them.
I don't know who that is.
And it was it's like a group of rappers from like Texas. It was a collective. I don't know how many, maybe 6 or 8, or I don't know. Yeah. But they're all like together. So when they're performing, it's the cheerleader effect, or like you heard of the cheerleader effect?
No. What is that?
So when you look at it, I got it from How I Met Your Mother. I don't know if you watched the show, but it was like, if you see cheerleaders, you think they're hot because it's a lot of girls together. Because they're all together. Like, you never really see girls all together. But when you start analyzing each girl individually, you look at, they're not that hot or that attractive. Like, when you actually break them down. So, in my head, like, all the shows I was processing all the shit.
That's called I've heard that as a windshield wiper effect.
Windshield wiper?
Yeah, so it's like you're driving and it's like sparkling or sprinkling. And then you think, oh, damn, it's raining hard. But then you stop and you, like, get out and you're like, it's barely like, it's barely like, but like on the windshield it felt like a bunch of water.
You're passing
it's the windshield.
It's kind of similar to that. And so Brockhampton, I was like, oh shit, it's a bunch of rappers together. So they came out in a circle, like a huddle, like a football huddle, and they were all wearing football jerseys. They all started rapping, they all had mics, and I was like, damn, this is cool. Like, this one guy will be rapping in the middle, and then there's rappers on both sides of the stage. These guys are hyping up the crowd over here. These guys are hyping up the crowd over here. I'm like, we should do that with like a local show where everyone's just like hyping up the crowd and fucking. I was just thinking all this shit in my head, and then so I had those experiences. That was Friday, and then Saturday was Brockhampton, and then Sunday I was watching Nathaniel Cano. He's a Sierreño Mexican.
Yeah, dude, I love Nathaniel Cano.
Nata's fucking
my
bad.
boy Junior puts me on to like all like the good Spanish like late
stuff.
So
Nata was like,
is he the one that's from here? I heard one of those dudes is like from here.
No, Danny Lux.
Danny Lux.
He's playing like a child this year.
Is he from the Valley though?
Yeah, he's from Palm Springs.
Right?
Or is it Hot Springs or Palm Springs?
I've heard that, and like,
he's big.
And he's massive. I'm like, yo, this was from here. Like, shouts out to him. Yeah. Like, that's crazy.
He blew up. I think he blew up on TikTok before he made music. He was like making, and then he started making music. So he had a big following, and then I don't know exactly the history, but anyway. So I was watching Nata on Sunday, and it was the first time I had listened to like corridos at Coachella type shit. Like you never hear that music.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like the ground was vibrating off the like bass.
Sound hard
because it's the production of Coachella, and I was like, damn, this is crazy live. Like I never seen it like with this. My only experience with that kind of music is like a quince or some backyard shit.
I see. Because
a little grupo in the corner, you know, no big speakers.
I see.
The Mexican artist. I never experienced it with the concert.
Right.
So all that shit was just in my mind. I was just thinking, and I'm like, fuck, we should do our own concert type shit. That was like in April, and then by July we ended up doing the first Death Underground. But like I just thought like out of frustration from the artists, from even like I'm feeling a lot of the same shit you're saying, like
quitting,
but like what was the whole point? Like
yeah.
I'm gonna give my all to this video, and then the video's just gonna sit there.
I would say for you, like in your position, what you're doing is a lot less selfish than what someone like me is doing, because you're not like, I mean, granted, like being a photographer, it's like you're not shining the light on yourself, you're shining the light on somebody else, right? Like the artist and like in all his glory, right? Like doing a performance or whatever. But like what you're doing is like you're giving everybody a shot to feel like I can do it. Like I can easily fill a 1,000 cap room and like get everybody fucking lit,
Going crazy. Yeah.
you know. It's like nobody's ever heard my music in this, because you think about this, it's like let's say a local artist drops a song, right? It's like, oh, and they promote the fuck out of it. Oh, sorry, I promote.
You can cuss, bro.
I promote like a lot of it on Instagram, right? And then everybody who listens to it, they're not gonna bother to like put it through their nice speakers. They're gonna play it on their phone.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna like listen to the full sonic quality of that record or that song, you know? So then it's like you put these artists in a setting like this where it's like, you know, good production, loud speakers, and people finally hear it. You're like, oh, I get it. Like, I get what this guy was trying to do, you know? And that's the same like feeling with like a lot of like the music I listen to. Like, it's very intense.
What kind of music do you listen to?
It's like punk music, like hardcore music, like yeah, like that. Like, so like when you show somebody that like in a car or something, they're like, ew, like this is, you know. I grew up with a bunch of like fucking like, I grew up with like a bunch of like Chalino ass fools, you know.
Yeah.
I grew up with like
You went to CV, so
yeah. So it's like, you know, you got that, and then it's like they prefer like rap, you know, or like Bad Bunny or something. So like you play music for them, and you know they're not gonna like it. You're like, I just want to see what they think, you know.
Yeah.
And then they go, oh, like this is like the devil's music, dog. Like, what are you listening to? Like, this is trash. Like, why you like that screaming stuff?
Yeah.
And then you take them to a show, and then those people are like, yo, that shit was bad, fool. Like, that shit went hard, and this fool's fucking going crazy.
Yes, like, guitar solos.
And then
crazy.
next thing you know, they're a Slipknot fan, and you're like, that's the wrong like fucking band. You should be this. Not no disrespect to Slipknot, but like it's like a whole different like sound. But it's like they go to that because like a band like Slipknot has really well produced records. Like the quality of like their music is like really well produced. Like they went to a sound engineer, they went to a producer who knows about instruments, who knows about recording, and like they know how to like capture the sound. Like you're putting these artists like on a big stage so people get the feeling. I think the next step for them, and I don't know shit about music, but I've been around enough musicians to know that they always try to go with like good producers. Like they'll like get a CD, they'll flip it and they'll look for the producer who like produced the track, or the engineer or the master, and then they look for that person and then they ask them to produce their record because they know they're gonna do a good job on
quality
like
stuff.
high quality stuff. And like I feel like a lot of like artists that are like out here like don't go to that step or haven't thought about it. You know what I mean? Like they haven't thought about like what the separation is from your production to like a
industry,
to industry level. It's like you gotta, and granted, like I know like a lot of those guys are probably super expensive. It'd be like trying to book a photo session with like Adam DeGrasse, you know. It's like it's gonna cost you a shit ton of money, but it's like you gotta do it. Like you gotta reach out, or maybe somebody like at the next step or the closest to that, so that you can produce like, you know, good record. A perfect example is like Kendrick Lamar. Like Kendrick Lamar, his early stuff wasn't produced by Dre, and it doesn't sound as nearly as good. Like it takes a true Kendrick fan to like sit there and be like, yeah, I like this guy's art. Like I like this guy's music, you know? And then it's like the rest of the population, they're not going to listen to like Kendrick's early stuff. They're going to listen to like the Matt City stuff, the stuff that was produced by Dre, because
studio album.
Because they hear like like I don't know, it's just something like intuitively that humans have, that you know good stuff versus like
well we've all been exposed to good and bad.
Right.
And also like there's like people who it's like there's like an initial pocket, like your initial fan base, then you reach a little bit bigger, but you're still not like reaching mainstream. That's a whole different game. Like that's, you know, you're exposed to the millions of people and your sound needs to be crisp and clear. But in the beginning you could start making noise, you know, it doesn't have to be the top quality stuff, but we know the difference.
So like a lot of the artists down here, I feel like are at that level where they're making noise. It's like, okay, now it's time to like step it up and like maybe try to find somebody who can like capture your sound to the fullest potential. Because if you go to like, I guess the category would be like a producer. If you go to a producer, they're gonna like. I'm on a sick one, bro. Talking about shit I don't know about. I don't know anything about music, but this is just shit I've observed. You know what I mean?
You do know stuff about music. You're looking at it through the photographer, videographer. You might not know like but you know stuff.
Yeah. So like I'm looking at it and I'm like, they go to like a producer. They go to a producer with the song. The producer hears it and he's like, yo, this part shit, cut it out or whoever and add this instead. Like fill it with this. And this is going to sound better on the record. And let's do it this way. And so that's what they do. And then you have a nice sounding song because not only did the guy who knows about music and like how to capture it tell you, but he's also going to capture it in the right way, you know, to its fullest potential. It'd be like going to like a professional photographer versus somebody who just bought a small Canon Rebel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like you can put both of those people in the same setting, take the same picture. Obviously, the guy who knows about light and technique is gonna go, maybe let's not stand there, let me get you over here because the light's gonna hit you better. And then boom, they take a picture and it's like the guy who just got his camera and is barely learning didn't think about these things, didn't like capture you in that like light or having that pose, you know what I mean? And it's like same thing with music, you know? So like an advice to like musicians out here in the valley is like go to a producer, go to an engineer who knows his stuff. Like look at the work they've done and like ask yourself, do I want my stuff to sound like that? Because if I do, then that's who I'm going to go to because I'm going to get similar fan base. Just like labels, you know, labels put out similar sounding artists.
Yeah.
A producer is going to put out similar sounding music. And like producers have their own fans because it's like you get a record and you're like, oh, I want to go to, I want to listen to this album because, or this band because this producer made that record. You know, like Kendrick and Easy Attraction was, Dr. Dre made that album.
Of course, it's gonna be.
Let's go listen to it.
I don't know what the rapper sounds like, but if Dre producer, you know,
it's gotta be good.
The beats are gonna be badass,
right?
And it's gonna be clean,
exactly,
professional.
Like for me, like I remember, I don't know if you know Lex Luger, the producer.
No,
he makes beats like trap beats. One of the early pioneers of trap. Like he's like, I think if I remember this correctly, like he's the guy who inspired Kanye to make the Brothers in Paris album. You know? Yeah. So he helped like those snares or those drums you hear in the background. I think it's that song. Or what's the Big Sean song? The music video is like Black Mercy. Yeah. I think it's in Mercy. Like the drums sound like a very specific way, and that was only after he kind of like caught on to like the Lex Luger wave of like trap music.
Okay.
And he was like, I want that kind of like drums, and like so he went to him, or like he took his inspiration from him, and now everybody's like doing that. I mean, now it sounds like more like mumble rap and stuff.
Yeah.
But like it started there, you know. I mean, I might be wrong in that, but I think that's as far back as I know that history of like music. So it's like you got to go to a producer to get like similar sounding tones.
Sounds,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, but like photography too. It's like you want to style photography, you're gonna go to a certain photographer. You know?
Or music video.
Or music video. You know, you go to you want a certain style of music video, you go to a certain kind of person. You know.
Have you ever thought about making music yourself? Or
no, I suck at music. I've tried. I have a guitar at home. I tried playing and I can't figure it out. I don't have the patience for it. Mm-hmm. Like I regret so hard not doing it when I was like 16, you know, or music? Like 13 when I picked up my skateboard, I should have also picked up a guitar. Yeah. So that by now I'd be like, okay, you know, or like I knew what I was doing. Now it's like, I feel like I'm too old and like look stupid, like holding a guitar and like.
To even try it.
Yeah. And then like barely like playing like, you know, little notes and stuff. It's like, it's dumb.
Just play bass, just fucking.
That's what everybody says, play the bass. But I'm like, dude, the bass is kind of hard. Like, I went to a show one time in LA.
I don't know how to play bass.
No,
or nothing,
but it's funny you said that because I was telling one of the dudes from the tour that like, because they were like, you play music, and I was like, I don't, and they're like, nah, you're being modest with yourself. I was like, I really don't. Like, I don't play music. I know how to play chords. Well, my friend taught me, Junior.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I don't. Aside from that, I don't know anything. Like, you asked me about this and that, I don't. So they were like, why don't you try playing bass? It's the easiest one. And I was like, dude, I don't know about that because like, I know that like with bass, the strings are thicker. There's only 4. And if you play with the pick, it can be easy. But like I guess like in the real music community, if you're doing it with the pick, you're cheating. You gotta use your fingers. You know. And so one time I remember I saw this band. It was a crust punk band. And if you know anything about crust punk, it sounds like super nasty, super aggressive. It literally sounds like static noise, just like. like if you listen to it recorded, it just sounds like static noise. So I saw a crust punk band playing. The basses, crazy ass dude, crazy skinny white boy with like long hair, and he was ripping it with his fingers. I was like, bro, I was hypnotized just watching him like.
Or like
shred.
that dude, Scott Trujillo from Metallica.
Oh yeah, yeah. So okay, so you see what I mean? Yeah, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's like funky.
They get down with the
yeah, for sure. So it's like
the
it's
girl
like,
from School of Rock, fucking the goth girl.
oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Damn, I forgot about that one.
Too,
Yeah, for sure. So it's like there's like a right way of doing things. There's a right way and a wrong way.
Yeah, no. Music it's crazy. Well, art, I guess art in general is like there are no rules. Again, all the shit we're talking about, even with videography, there's rules, but there's also everything's made up. Like film has only been around for 100 years, so 200 years ago, making movies and shit wasn't around. So like, even though there's rules, even though even what the movies, the reason it's 24 frames is because that's what like the cameras in the early days could only do 24 frames. So that became the standard. It became the standard because that's what the technology was able to do when that happened. But that
shouldn't be the rule.
Yeah,
that's just because circumstance, and then everyone was doing it, so now it just became the thing. Right.
So there are no rules.
Yeah.
Because nothing matters. Remember, everything is fake.
Dude, it's crazy that you say that, man. Yeah, I wouldn't think a guy like you has a philosophy or an outlook on stuff like that. Because this Desert Underground stuff, like I feel like that truly matters, like not just for yourself, but for the people who you give an opportunity to like feel like I can be top level. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like that's crazy, man. Like
no, I do think things do matter, but what I'm saying is they also like just look at it like
it all expires.
Yeah, it all expires. There are no rules like. Yeah, society has rules and shit, but that like you could just do shit.
Everything's legal as long as someone's watching.
Yeah, basically.
I don't know if you've seen. You obviously like you're probably big into podcasts, right? You probably listen to like a lot. I don't know if you've heard of Steve O's Wild Ride.
Yeah,
I think it was an episode he did with Mike Tyson, and he talks about like caveman art and stuff. And I don't know how true this is. Or the reason for it, but he was talking about cavemen when they paint on walls.
Yeah. And
like he said it, like it's Steve-O, so it's funny when he says it. But he was like, they just draw on a wall thinking that like I'm gonna live forever through that fucking painting. Through that carving on the wall, I'm gonna live forever.
Yeah.
And it's like, so to your point, it's like nothing truly matters. It's like I think everybody subconsciously has that idea that like nothing matters. Like it's all gonna expire.
Yeah.
You're gonna die at 68. Maybe die tomorrow in a car accident. Tonight, when you go to bed. So nothing truly matters. So like subconsciously we all recognize that. So at the same time, like especially musicians, it's like our fear of expiring, we try to mask it through like art. And it's like, do this art that's gonna hopefully outlast me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna exist through it. You know what I mean? Like this is gonna be the thing that carries like my spirit, my legacy, my whatever, and like this is what people are gonna like know me for, essentially.
Yeah.
Like my life, whatever. Okay, cool, I can go away, but like I'll continue to exist through this. Like this is gonna be me in the future.
And you do leave a digital footprint.
Right.
So now let's say the Blue Sun, when in 20 years when they have kids and shit, and they're looking at their old videos, like you directed that video, so your shit's there for the next 2 generations, as long as fucking we don't get hit with an asteroid or some shit. But
that'd be sick. Just start over.
We just need a reset button.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, dude.
I wish we could go back in time sometimes. Just the fucking go back in time.
Just like stop certain things. Yeah, dude, I agree. When I went to New York and I just saw how like overpopulated everything is and how big the cars are, I was like, dude, like they need to nuke this shit, like, and just start over, because like this is obviously not working. It's not working. Like
it's crazy, bro. There's so many people, and well, that's what I'm saying. The world is so big because, and also think about I forget how I was telling this too, but like we are just like in a plot of land.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck the president was doing yesterday. I don't know what he did today. I haven't kept up. Like he's probably doing whatever. I don't know what the governor's doing and whatever the fuck he lives, Sacramento, whatever. Like yeah, these people are governing, but have they really affected what you've done in the last like 2 days? I still went to work. Fucking whatever the president was doing doesn't affect me having to fucking work. And
If you ask certain
have to
people, they'll
do
say they
this.
did, bro. They'll call Newsom new scum. Yeah. He's fucking America according to some. I mean California according to some.
Yeah, I'm not a.
But I agree. Yeah, it's like
But what I'm saying
that
is
stuff doesn't. Yeah,
a lot of shit don't matter. And if you don't go on the news, you don't know open Twitter, you don't open social media. Like we don't know what the fuck's happening in Ukraine. We don't know what the fuck's happening in China. Like, and even that information we get, we don't even know who to trust anymore. And we got to get fact checkers to make sure this information is legit. And it's all this other. It's all fucking made up bullshit, bro. Like.
Yeah.
Well, like again, what matters is to make sure your family's straight and shit. So when it comes to the arts, just try to do the best that you can and just fucking do something. So that's why when I started as an underground, I had the mentality of like, fuck it, let's just do it. Like,
are you proud of what you're doing with Desert Underground?
yeah, it's been better than I expected.
Right. Okay, so I guess
Yeah.
So like talking to you, I kind of like I'm starting to realize that like maybe like my problem is that, and like not to disrespect the artist, but like I feel like I'm not proud of some of the work I've done. Because like I know that like I know that I can do so much better.
Yeah.
And then like 9 times out of 10 it just flops because, well, for one, it's like there's not enough time of day.
By flops, do you mean
Like
what do you mean?
So
by
like
flops?
I'll get
the
like
song doesn't do well or
a music video, not the song, not the artist, me. Like I didn't deliver something that could have been like exponentially better. You know what I mean? There's just like a bunch of my work where I look at and I see certain scenes and I'm like, that's it right there. Like if I just kept that going, like that'd have made like an awesome video. But only like maybe like 3 seconds of a 3-minute video is the cool stuff, and then everything else just sucks.
yeah.
You know? And then like for me, it's like I'm realizing that like maybe it's just I'm not proud of the whole body of work I did. You know? If I'd be proud of it, then maybe I wouldn't be like so hard on me. Like I'd be able to like walk around with like my head high, like I made that video.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
like a lot of times too is maybe because the song doesn't do as well, like numbers. Like if that song would have got like 10 million views or something, and then in the comments people are hyping it up, you probably would have been like, oh, that's sick, I did that video, or like, oh look, my video got 10 million views. But that because it's not ours, you know, like you do a music video and you did these scenes, but then if they don't market, like that's what it is, that people don't market enough. You have to market it organically, but people have to, it sucks, but you do have to put some money behind the releases of music. That's what the label's doing. They're trying to do, what I've been trying to tell artists too is like a way to market without spending a lot of money, like get on as many podcasts, meet up as many like influencers, go create fucking content. I don't know, do something that you can do with as many people. Just try to reach as many audiences. If you don't have the money, you know, we don't have fucking $5,000 to throw for promotion, you know. Just do as much things to create eyeballs for your product. For you, you don't really show yourself a lot on your.
Nah, man, I'm ugly. Like I'm actually, I kind of like hate being in front of this camera.
I think you should post yourself more.
Nah, like honestly, if it wasn't for photography, I probably wouldn't even have an Instagram at this point.
No, but
anymore.
like people need to know who you are, because that's another way you'll stand out. If you're saying you make similar work than other videographer, the thing that stands out is yourself. Then people are starting attaching you to your work, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, that's him. Versus like if it's just your videos, your product, people don't know who you look like. They don't even know that you're Mexican. They don't know, you know, like some people
Meño's in there. You know,
some people might hire you because of that. You never know. I don't know.
Just for being Mexican.
Like little things that you don't think about, but like you have to attach yourself to your brand. You don't have to.
You don't think that'll like kind of bite you in the butt though at the same time? Because I feel like a lot of people who make good work and like when they twist the body of work into like about them, like, oh, check what I made, guys. And like somebody who watches that is probably gonna go like, this was lame, like he's corny, like I don't want to like work with this person. Like you don't think that might like work against you?
Nah, not necessarily.
No?
Because again, people don't actually consume our shit. They just scroll past it. They're not really as invested as ourselves.
I see.
I get self-conscious all the time, even though I create a lot of content and do all this shit. Sometimes,
but that's like for you that works though, because I feel like that's what you became. Like that's your thing. Like I'm Angel Chavez. This is the Angel Chavez podcast. You know what I mean? So for like you, that market technique works to be like, yo, check it out. Like, this is who I am. And then I also feel like that style of promotion is like very recent. Because like I grew up in a time where like you would like come across like a song, for example, and you wouldn't even think about who the people are. You would just like, you get like the cover of the record or the cover of the album or the CD or whatever, or you find the link on YouTube, and it's a song with like the cover of the record, and that's it.
Yeah.
And the last thing you think about is what this person looks like, what this person is doing, and then you just hear like a really awesome song or whatever. You know what I mean? Or like movies. You watch a movie and like your mind doesn't right away go to like the director. It's like the people you're seeing. You know what I mean? Like the actors, the story, like that's what gravitates you. I feel like the last thing that comes to mind is the person who put it all together. You know? And even then, like I had this discussion with my homie Izzy, because it's funny, that feels like big on movies. He knows everything about movies, and he'll be like, yo, like, oh yeah, Quentin did this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, shut the fuck up, fool. Like, no one gives a fuck, you know? And it's like, you have to remember that, like, Tarantino or whatever, like, yeah, his movies are great, they're iconic, but like, there's a lot of people that made sure that image came to light. Like, there was a certain DP, director of photography. There was a certain fucking script writer. There was a certain, you know, editor in the editing room who like got all this stuff and made sure Tarantino's film came to light, you know? What's his name from the Batman movies? Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan's a highly respected director right now, right? Everybody watches his films, shoots in IMAX. You're like, yo, these movies.
Effects.
Yeah, you're like, yo, these movies are top notch. But that's only after $1 million crew that's like helping to make sure. Even the pyrotechnic guys, you know what I mean? The guys that don't get the credit, it's like Christopher Nolan gets the name, but the people behind the scenes are what's like helping him like get there.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I tell my homie. It's like, dude, you have to think about all the little stuff, like the colorist. You know, if you watch Christopher Nolan's film that he made when he was in college, the black and white film, you go, what the like? This is a Christopher Nolan film? Like, this kind of sucks compared to like his latest stuff. You know what I mean? His latest stuff is like, whoa, like you would not think it's the same individual. You know what I mean?
Well, he's got $200 million budget.
Exactly, exactly. So it's like, yeah, I'm on a sick one, but I don't even know how I got there. I'm sorry. I don't.
You're good,
We're talking about music. I'm not even a musician, bro. Like,
so you're talking about movies. You're talking about your boy.
Yeah, but
he loves movies.
We were talking about how like we were talking about like
putting your image behind your art.
Right, yeah, being the guy that's like, you know, in front of it. Sometimes I feel like for me personally, I feel like that would like kind of bite me in the butt. Like once people that listen to this are gonna go, that's Dookie, like. The fuck?
I feel like people won't care, bro.
I don't know. That's and I guess probably just because of like what I grew up in, like in the space I grew up in, and it's like nobody like really cared about the person that was doing it. Like we just care about what you have to show us. Like you ever seen those so like I went to this presentation one time. My sister took a film class when she was in college, and I was still I was a junior or a sophomore in high school. She was already in college, and she took a film class, and she knew that I knew how to edit. And she's like, yo, can you help me put my movie together? And I was like, sure. So I edited it for her, and then she's like, do you want to come to the premiere of the movie? We're going to show it in class. Like, everybody's going to show their movie. And I was like, cool, I'll go. And she's not like a film person or anything at all. She just took the class for credit. So I go, and I'm watching all these films, and I remember one of the students delivered a video or a movie, their final project, and like it sucked or whatever, like according to the kid. And then the kid was like, oh yeah, you know, sorry everybody, like this is the best work we could have done because of circumstances, blah blah blah. And then the professor goes, we don't care. We don't care about your circumstances. We don't care about how long it took you to do, what broke, what didn't work, what worked. We care about what we're watching on that screen right now. Like, I don't care about the story you gave us. Like, that should be like the explanation.
What happened?
That camera went out again.
Which one? Which one?
That one.
Oh, I think that might be the battery.
Yeah, that might be.
I'm more comfortable with that thing not working.
Let's continue with no camera, and then we'll do like another 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, cool, whatever. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, so the professor was like, we just care what's on screen right now.
Yeah, for sure. And so then it's like, so if I remember when I heard that, like it stayed in my head forever. Like, oh yeah, like nobody really cares. Like, especially like you say, like we don't consume the whole thing. We just like 7 seconds in.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we don't care about everything else. Just show me what I have to listen to. Show me what I have to watch, and then like let me be the final judge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. No one pays attention to. Yeah, I never I never really cared about like directors or anything, but now with social media, what I was trying to say about like that would make you stand out from other people because you put your face behind it. And I feel like some people also like to see who's behind an account and like put a human behind it. And now, oh shit, it's not as scary to reach out to this person because
It's a human.
it's a human
Yeah.
versus like you become too much of like, you don't know who, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know, like, I don't know if you're 17 or fucking 37. I don't know, you're just watching your videos. I don't know.
I guess I didn't think about that. That's true. It definitely feels like you can't reach that person when there's like no identity behind it.
There's no identity. And I think that's what makes you stand out. And I don't mean like go make fucking skit videos and be all goofy. Like you don't have to do that. Like what I like to tell people is like document, don't create. It was just Gary Vee shit. I stole it from Gary Vee. But it's like you post yourself. Oh,
Who's Gary Vee?
I'm shooting a music video. Gary Vee's
YouTuber or something?
he's like damn, how do you describe, like a motivational speaker. He runs a company that does like digital marketing for big brands like the NFL and commercials and all that shit.
I see.
But he also does a lot of work on social media.
He's a guru.
Yeah, he's one of those social media gurus. But he doesn't. His product is selling to like big companies, and he does like social media stuff, just building his own brand. But anyway, he talks about because it's so hard to create content. Like, yeah, some people like to do the dances to trends and shit, but you can literally just post, "Oh, I'm at the shoot," or like right now, you make a post. Oh, I'm doing a podcast today, and then you just post a little behind the scenes. I'm doing a podcast. You're not creating anything. You're already doing a podcast. You're being true. You're here. You're doing a podcast. That post, some people be like, "Oh, that's sick. Good shit. Good luck," or whatever. Oh shit, can't wait to watch it. And you're not working on that post. It's just literally what's happening in your life. And so you're behind the scenes. You're in fucking New York at some rock show, fucking with the band. Like, oh shit, my office for tonight, and you're on fucking some club or whatever in LA or New York, and that's you documenting what you're doing because you're doing cool shit.
Yeah.
And I think that approach always works. I don't, when I meant like create content, put your face, I don't mean like doing dances and shit.
I feel like I get it. For me, it's like I don't know, man. Maybe it's because of the people I grew up with, but I mean, you're Mexicano too. Like you grew up with like people that would be like, if you did anything like cool, they shit on it. Like, this fool, he fucking thinks he know. Like, this fool kickback. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, that shit, like, I guess it, like, scarred me in a way. So, like, I try to be really reserved with, like, my personal life. Like, I try not to show any, like, I don't show people I went to college. I don't show people, like I'm doing, like, a video because for me, I know that there's somebody out there watching this going, man, fuck this fool. Like,
yeah,
like I don't give a fuck, fool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have a lot of people who like have just normal lives, and like they post stuff of like them having a barbecue.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, cool. Like, that's cool. Like, everybody can agree to like a cool little family barbecue. But then when you post like, oh, I'm doing a music video, they're gonna look at that shit like, the fuck, fool, like, for what? Like, you're doing a music video, dog?
For
like,
what?
like, fool, like, kick it, like, go cut the grass, dog. You know what I mean? Or like, go buy a house, dog. Like, what you doing? You know what I mean? It's like, so like, I grew up with that kind of like.
Yeah, just this madre shit.
Yeah, like, fools fucking always give me carrilla, like, you know, never like.
But times have changed. I know what you're saying. I know exactly.
Dude, you probably have it more than I do.
Yeah, like that. That's part of the thing. But times have changed though, because like you're thinking about the people that know you, but by you doing that, you're gonna inspire people. People are gonna DM you asking you for questions, and so actually that's where it's at, helping people. When you help people, that's like a purpose. That gives you. There's no better satisfaction than like trying to help somebody out.
Yeah, so, I agree 100%, bro.
So when you make that post, I'm shooting a music video. Your 5 homies might fucking be talking shit or whatever.
Not the homies. Not the homies show love. Homies show love.
5 locals.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
5 people you went to school with.
The locals.
Some bitch from high school you haven't talked to in 10 years.
Yeah.
The haters. Those people might, and also they're hating on insecurities because they wish they weren't. So a lot of times the people doing the barbecue or doing that shit, they wish they would be do something. They look at you at a fucking concert in New York, they're like, fuck, I wish I shouldn't have got married. This was over here traveling into New York and fucking doing concerts. So sometimes you're thinking that they're probably thinking the opposite. They're like, oh fuck, this was badass. He's over here fucking in Philadelphia today. Tomorrow he's in fucking Iowa, and you know, like, I don't know. There's like different perspectives, but anyway,
I don't know, man. I feel like everybody
you could inspire more people than people talk shit. I feel like that's what I'm trying to say. And
I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
You're extremely positive in that regard, man. Like seriously, because like I don't know. I feel like everybody I grew up with, I was like, they're always like, ponte a trabajar, you know, like, the fuck are you doing? Like, ¿qué vas a hacer con eso? Like, you know, like, that shit no vale madre. Like, what are you doing? You know? So it's like, for me, it's like, I always try to be, like, really reserved with, like, my, like, real, like, personal shit, you know? Like,
I mean, I still get that shit to this day. Like, I mean, I'm doing cool shit. I'm not fucking making money. Like, fuck, bro. Like, I'm losing money.
Same.
By doing, like, the videography or even Desert Underground. Like, we're not making shit right now. It's costing me more. We're kind of breaking even, but, like, it takes a lot of effort to even break even for a show because it's so expensive. But it's so much fun. And, yeah, I don't need none of it either. I don't need to do Desert Underground. I don't need to do podcasts. But I like it. And then when I do it, then other people hit me up and ask me, hey, I'm thinking of starting my podcast. What do you recommend? What microphone do you recommend? Like, shit like that is like, oh, cool. Like, even though I might only have 50 viewers on this episode and it flopped or whatever, somebody watched it and they're cool. They think it's cool and they want to start, or I inspire somebody to start. And a lot of it came with my YouTube channel. So I started doing a lot of videos about Coachella because I saw like one of my videos got like 10,000 views. I made like a reaction to the lineup in 2018.
I've seen that. I've seen that video.
So that shit was like, what the fuck? Like, people, and then people were just DMing me on Instagram from the YouTube video. Hey, I'm going to Coachella this year for the first time. Do you recommend this? Or I'm kind of scared. I've never been to a festival before. And it is scary, you know, 100,000 people and all that. And then like, I realized like, oh shit, like you never know who the fuck is going to watch this. And
who you're going to inspire.
Yeah, like you're inspiring them and you're helping them out. So now like whatever I can, whether it's music people or people that come to enjoy the music, like if I can help them out. And that's more satisfying. And that's like how people say, like always teaching is more satisfying.
Yeah, I agree.
Just helping people out. And what I was trying to say is like by you posting more and posting yourself, you'll inspire up and coming. I know you think they're competition, but these people like look up to you. They're like, oh, that fool does those videos. Like, that's dope.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. You're extremely positive in that regard, and I salute you for that.
I'm telling you, bro, because I think you're badass. Like, if you sucked, I would be like, yeah, you should go fucking go buy a house.
Give up. Give up.
Dad bod.
Yeah.
Go fucking go start a barbecue.
Yeah.
Nah, but you're badass.
Thank you, man. I've
really,
really
always liked your work,
dude. I truly appreciate that, man. But like, honestly, sincerely, like I really do. I really do. It's just I don't know. I guess I just like I'm really like self-conscious. I guess is what it is. You know, like you like photography for me. It's like it's never about the photographer. It's for the person you're capturing. You know, like a picture always shows like the artist in like glory or whatever, or the model in like glory. Never like it's not about you. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know. I guess it's like a really like it's like a really self-conscious attitude I have about myself, and and that's what like prevents me from like being like totally exposed, you know, like, oh, this is who I am, you know, whatever, you know. It's like for me, I'd rather just let my work speak for yourself. And I mean, I've never been like reserved. Like people hit me up too, like people, you know, they come in DMs. They ask, Got those a good example. That dude when he was first starting out would always ask me about like gear and stuff, and I'd always be happy to help him, like tell him like, yo, get this, get that, don't use this, try this. Even to this day, people ask me like, yo, what are you using? And I tell them like this and that, like this, like there's no secrets to it. Like here it is, you know. I'm not gonna make a YouTube video about like how I do this stuff, but like here it is. Like this is there's you know that's all it is. And because just like you, I feel like inspiring people is better than anything else you could ever do. You know, that's what art does. It just inspires others to like not feel like this shit is meaningless.
Or even you're inspired by some of the people you mentioned earlier in the podcast, the photographer Post Malone, like these dudes that you say, oh, these dudes are badass, they're doing this, or like they're inspiring you. And why do you know that dude from Post Malone? Do you know what he looks like? Because he's fucking...
I don't know what he looks like, but I was told what he looks like, and apparently it's not good. I don't know.
Apparently it's not good.
But not that it's bad or anything, but just like you would think, because like you see his content, you think, oh, this guy's going to be like this really cool looking guy with like tattoos and the nose ring and like the blonde, and it just looks like a normal dude.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, oh shit, like that's cool. That's very cool. You know, to just be like,
just fucking
just cool.
Badass
You're making
pictures.
badass shit working for somebody like Post Malone, who looks extremely unique, and then meanwhile, just regular dude. Like I could care less. Like Theo Scudder is another one. I don't know if you know Theo. He does like a lot of Drake stuff. He's like Drake's personal photographer. He's done like 2-3 music videos of his. Well, when you find out what he looks like, he just looks like a normal dude.
Yeah.
Normal dude, but like he's working for Drake, who's like really flashy, you know, really like outlandish kind of like like he wears like really baggy pants. Like, ain't nobody can wear that, you know. Like he had a video where he dropped recently where he's like, I got $10,000 on, or like over $10,000 like worth of clothing.
Yeah.
Or like it equal to like some exaggerated number, and it's like the dude who's making your videos is just some normal looking dude who you probably pass by on the streets and you wouldn't even like think twice, you know. I don't know, like, yeah, I guess that's me, just like really like not, I don't want to be like the YouTubers, like it's like, you're not, like, no disrespect, but like just like I don't want to be like the dude that's like, yo, like here I am, like this is what I'm doing, because I grew up with people that like if you were that way, you'd get shitted on so hard, you know, like this fool, I vine con la cámara, like what's he gonna do next, like. Like damn fool, like you still with that shit, like you know what I mean, like, and so I've always had those kind of friends, and like maybe that shit scarred me, you know, so that's how I like.
How do they react when you drop like a new music video now?
You remember that meme I was telling you earlier, where they just look at your post and just scroll right past it? I feel like that's those fools. They see that shit and they're like, I don't give a fuck. Like, show me when you got a pad, fool. Show me when you got to fucking feed my house, or show me when all those pictures you're doing are like paying for the rent, you know what I mean? And you don't have to have a regular 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I think that's when they'll really be like, oh shit, like this is legit. And then that's when they'll really like stop talking shit. And it sucks.
Have you ever taken pictures of like famous people?
Yeah. But granted, it was during Coachella, like the Marias, all those bands that were there. That I wasn't there for Coachella. I wasn't there for Coachella. I was there for Christopher Chahowski, the guy that does like a lot of like installation pieces and stuff. Like like it's like that kind of art. He had an installation in Coachella, and like he like
Which one was it?
It was the cylindrical tubing housing you can walk through. It had like 3 like rounded ovals, and like you could walk through it in the
Like
center.
It was made out of like
PVC pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, or I think it was PVC pipe, some kind of like looking thing like that. That was his installation. He asked me to go take pictures of that, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll do it. So I got my pass for that. But granted, you know,
You're already there.
I'm already there. I got a pass. I'm gonna go try to take as many pictures as I can. So I did, and I took pictures of like the Marias and stuff. And
How do you get in contact with that fool?
he knows me through Freddie, who runs Blue Hill. I don't know if you know Blue Hill Printing.
I've
Blue Hill
heard of
Studios.
it. I've
He
heard
does
of
screen
it.
printing out here in the Valley. Goated as individual. Shout out to Freddie too. Legend in the game too. Freddie is his homie, and he originally wanted, I think, just Freddie to do it and a couple other people. But then Freddie was like, oh, I know somebody who can help me out. And then he hit me up. He's like, yo, fool, like, he's always been a supporter too. He's like, all right, fool, you're fucking feeding me. Like, let's go. Let's try to do this holiday together. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I'm down. And so we did. And he was like, yo, let's go try to take pictures of this person or this band. Like, I don't think there's going to be heavy security for this artist because they're up and coming still. Let's go. And like, we would like walk the fairgrounds. And I mean, granted, we got kicked out of a lot of places. Like when we were doing the Marias, we were only on the photo pit for a little bit before security caught on that we didn't have like authentic bracelets. And they're like, you guys got to get off get out of here. But by that point, we were already done taking pictures. And then like, because I had enough access to bring in a bunch of equipment, I took a telephoto lens with me, so I just started shooting from the back.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I was like, you know, it's gonna keep working. But you know what's crazy though? I just remembered that when I was taking pictures of this band called Idols, I got kicked out of the photo booth, and now I'm in the pit with people. Some like security came from the pit, like to the front, from the photo pit to the actual pit that was happening, and like grabbed me and was like, you gotta go. You can't even take pictures from here. I was like, dude, what? I was like, this pass says from the floor. I can take a picture of whatever I want from the floor. And dude was like, not of the artist.
Yeah, they're so fucking annoying with it.
Yeah. So you see what I mean? It's like, you feel like you get no respect, you know? It's like, man, fuck. Like, I'm just going to go dad bod mode and just get a fucking job.
But you see, somebody does fuck with your shit and you got an opportunity to go shoot at Coachella. Because someone likes your content or your videos or your pictures and they had that opportunity and they reached out to you. They could have reached out to Gato or another photographer, but because someone thinks your shit's good. They fucking
Yeah,
got you.
yeah. I mean,
So, but the more you post, you'll get more opportunities. I know maybe they're not gonna fucking you'll buy a house real quick, but like just keep going, bro. I'm just saying.
thank you, man. I don't like it. It probably seems like I'm coming off as like fucking negative. I'm not, dude. I'm an extremely positive person. I have a positive outlook
Just
on
fucking
life.
fuck everybody else. Just do fucking cool shit. You already do cool shit. But anyway, well, thank you for coming on.
Thanks, man.
For sure, I want to have you on more, and I want you to come to the next Design Underground.
Dude, yeah. Every time I got those already told me twice on both occasions. I have something already planned, and I'm like, fuck, like I gotta make it a point to come. So you said the next one was what, March?
May 13.
All right, hold on. Let me put that shit in my
Breaking
calendar
the
right
news.
now.
I heard earlier.
Saturday, May 13th. I don't even know who the fuck is playing yet, but today I barely met up with the stage guy. Literally before coming here, I finally got the date. So
Okay, I'm gonna put this in my calendar so I'm mindful of this and try to like fucking make sure my calendar's clean. Cause I feel bad every time he asks, and I'm like, dude, I can't. Like he's already asked twice, and I'm like, dude, I got something else already booked, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, fuck. Like the most recent one, that's the day I left, and I was like, dude, I really want to be there, but I really can't, you know?
Yeah, now
So-
you're doing different stuff. But now, yeah, like this is a cool conversation. And
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Like,
Thank you
yeah.
for having me. I appreciate it.
It was dope. And where can people find you on Instagram? I know you don't want people to follow you, but it was
Yeah, no, man. I'm telling you, I don't want to. Okay, for the record, I don't want to seem like a fucking like a downer or nothing, but like I just grew up with fools that are like, if you're not fucking making money from the shit you're doing,
Some down
it's
ass
fucking
fools.
pointless, you know. So it's like,
shout out to the homies.
yeah, shout out to the homies, you know. But at the same time, I have the other side of the coin that's like very positive friends, very motivating friends who I'm thankful for. Your conversation right now like is really inspiring, man. I truly appreciate that. I'm happy that I was here to be able to tell you in person that what you're doing for these artists is like really like fucking sick. And I don't know if you're getting enough recognition for that. Like, I don't think people understand what you're doing for the scene out here. Like, what you're doing is like legitimately good. Like, this is like beyond what any music program has done, beyond whatever fucking person has tried to do for these artists. Like, what you're doing is like on another level, because from the looks of it, you're like investing your own money, obviously your own time, your own resources, your own energy, to making sure these people, when they come, they're going to get an authentic concert experience. And more importantly, the artist is going to get a concert like delivery, you know? And like, that's something they're never going to find anywhere else. They're probably going to go play a venue with like a 100 cap or 200 cap room, and the fucking sound guy doesn't even know what he's doing.
Yeah.
And they're going to deliver a shit show. Whereas what you're doing here, it's like, dude, you're the fucking guy up there. Like, this is your Coachella. Like, let's see what you have. And like, that's like crazy, you know? I don't know if enough people are giving you gratitude or your flowers for that, because like that's truly fucking beyond what anyone's doing.
Yeah.
Man. Like, you know, not to kiss your ass or anything, but like that's really
I
fucking
appreciate
cool.
it. No,
Like,
it's been crazy. Now some people, we're still like fucking figuring it out as we go too. Like, it's not a fucking perfect plan where
bro, you got
just,
smoke machines that like shoot smoke out from the bottom. Like, that's legit as fuck, bro.
yeah, that's
you know?
all we need is fucking smoke machine. Now we're, like I said, we're trying to fucking do something, bro. But we'll continue to grow. We'll continue to do more shit and get you involved. Fucking come to the shows, and definitely. I was even thinking in the future, like to shoot a music video with you somehow. We do something badass.
Dude, I'm down. Yeah, man, just hit me up. Like, I'm really open to any invitation people have. I know, probably talking from you, it looks like I probably don't like have that persona out there in the world, but I'm really an open book. I'm
And
really,
right now, like, if artists want a music video, you got open.
yeah, hit me up. I mean, granted, a lot of these fools like they ask like for really cheap rates, and it's like, my dude, like, you know what goes into this, like, you know, and I'm not like super expensive. I feel like I'm like, it's like equal, you know, equal price for equal job, you know. So it's like, yeah, hit me up. I'm down to work for any artist. I do get really busy sometimes because I do have like a really legitimately 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
I always tell people typically my time to shoot is on during the winter break or summer breaks that schools have. Because that's like the best way I fit my schedule.
Yeah.
You know. So if people ever want to work, I usually tell them no, I can't right now. But if you ask me again in December, I will. And that's like the God honest truth. You get asked Amadeus. Amadeus has asked for so many videos throughout our relationship, and I'm like, bro, I really can't right now.
Yeah.
But if you ask me in December, maybe. If you ask me in the summer, for sure, maybe. Like, it just depends on like how things align.
You
know?
did that Michael video for him, right?
Oh, is it Michael? Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
That video was.
That's the
Yeah.
that video is hard.
Thank you, man.
With the
Thank you.
car, fucking.
I love that video.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah.
That video is dope.
So I love Amadeus, man. That fool brings out positive energy. That
That
fool's
was
like,
the most positive.
yeah,
What's
that
up, man?
exactly.
Yeah,
So
that was
he's
sweet,
one of
man.
those guys where that marketing that you're talking about, like being the person who's like that works for him.
Yeah.
Because he has the attitude for it. You know, I feel like if you see me like recording myself, you're gonna be like, what the fuck, like. Take your ass off the screen, bro. Like nobody's trying to see that, you know. Like I don't know. Like yeah, he's good at it. Some people are good at it. You're good at it. I wouldn't be good at it. Like I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean you'll get there, bro. We're gonna break through your show one day.
Nice, man. Thank you.
All right, bro. Well, thank you for coming to the podcast. Follow. I'll put the links in the description for your socials.
Yeah, it's just Instagram is just Dookie Meño. Instagram doesn't have the N yet, so you gotta do the N. So,
What's Dookie Meño? What does that stand for?
it's just poop shit. I ain't shit, bro. You know, it's like Dookie. Yeah, that's it started from a thing because a friend didn't want to use that nickname, so I was like, fine, I'll do it, Dookie.
I'll do it.
Yeah, and then he's like, all right, you do it, Dookie. Kenny didn't want the username for his Twitter, and I was like, I'll use Dookie. And then he's like, you won't. I was like, well, it's nothing. I was like, I think that name's pretty sick. And so I did it, and it just stuck ever since. So
Yeah,
that's where it's from.
That's how shit happens.
Yeah, and you know, I ain't shit, so it's like, there it is, baby. I'm telling you from the get go. All
All right, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.
right, thank you.